James Ellison here. I'm riding for the Speedfit Kawasaki team in British Superbikes, number 77. My aim for the 2015 season is to start off pretty much like we did last year, finish on the podium at the first round. We actually had, I think, 7 podiums out the first 9 races, so you know we can go one step better than that this year. I think try and get some more wins at the start of the year and really build up the podium credits. It's vital now with giving away 5 points for a win and 3 for second, I think it is, and just 1 point for third place. You know, I racked up a lot of podiums last year, but it was just a lot of 1 points, and I really need to get those big 5 and 3 points in the bag if we're going to have a fight for the championship. Last year was plighted with an injury midway through, but this season, you know, I want to try and keep that clean, keep the bike upright, just push from the start, and you know, and fight for the championship. You know, that's our main aim. My boss has employed me to win the championship, and I've signed up with them to win the championship. So that's our aim. I'm sure it's the same for everybody else out here, but that's my main focus, and that's what's keeping me driven. The only way I think I could improve on my performance last season was just getting a bit more speed out the bike. We lacked quite a bit of horsepower, I think, at the top. Really struggled to pass some of the guys, especially Shaky in the races. I could sit with him for the whole race and couldn't really make a pass unless it was a lunge. But we fixed that this year. We've gone to Frank Rathel Development's got a faster engine. We've made improvements on the bike, on the chassis, and in myself, I'm just hungrier. You know, I think I performed at my best last year. We were second in the championship, leading the race before the accident, and you know, like I say, I think we could do the same thing again, just without the crash, and just push for the wins. My highlight was probably, I would say, the first round where me and my teammate Chris Walker, we walked away with 3 podiums out of that first race. I had 2, Chris had 1. He got the first podium essentially for the team because he finished in front of me in race 1. So just the feeling for us, and to see Mark Smith-Halverson, the team boss, see the smile on his face and the tears in his eyes. You know, it was the first BSB podium for them, and we want to achieve that again this year. That same feeling, but with wins. You know, the podiums aren't enough anymore. So yeah, that was my highlight, was seeing his face and seeing the enjoyment from everybody, from the hard work they put in, getting that repayment of you know, finishing on the podium. But we want to replace the podiums with wins this year. My low point of last season was smashing into the tyre wall at Brands Hatch at about 140 mile an hour and snapping my hip. Like I say, out of leading the race, you know, it was just it was that turning point in the season for us, where all of a sudden we'd gone from pretty much a 90% podium record up until that point to all of a sudden everything was gone, you know, and it was a split second. Pretty ironic, the movie Superbiker was named Split Second, and it's so true, you know, everything does happen in a tiny fraction of a second. So yeah, that was my low point, definitely, and we want to try and put that to the back of my mind now, and just move forward and like I said, just keep pushing for those race wins. From us, from the first round, I think we've done our homework. You know, this is the first year for me in British Superbikes. I've been with the same team twice. It's under a different name, but it's exactly the same team. We just have a new sponsor, Speedfit. But the bike essentially is my bike from last year with just improvements. So there's no reason why we shouldn't hit the ground running. Testing for us in Spain was really good. So yeah, it's going to be a positive start down in Park. There was a lot of young blood out there, new bikes. So there will be. You know, it's going to be difficult to run at the front, but for us, we want to hit the ground running and just push from the very word go, first free practice, try and stay at the sharp end for the full weekend.